Never in the history of the world have the merchants of obscenity had available to them the modern facilities for disseminating this filth. Disseminating this filth. The onslaught of the communist masters of deceit.
Bingo. Common. Sluts. Bingo. Common. Sluts. Bingo. Common. Sluts. Bingo. Common. Sluts.
Yo. Hello.
Whoa, did I enter the Matrix?
Yeah, Marlo, what's going on over there? You got a vibrator going?
Spanking one out?
Is that a thing that boys do? Is spank it out with a vibrator?
Spank one out.
I don't
No,
know.
it's
Let me know.
It's a robot AI,
A fleshlight?
well, person.
Robot American?
It sounds like someone's has your house been taken over by robots.
Yeah, there's a
like
buzz.
zero things going on right now.
I don't know. We hear a buzz.
I have no idea what that buzz is. All right, I'll exit out and re-enter and see if that doesn't help.
I've been watching AI, so
So everything's an AI.
everything's an AI. I'm actually like 45 minutes into the movie, and the AI child is like freaky.
Okay, so full disclosure, you say AI, I totally thought iRobot.
Yeah, that's
For
what I
sure.
thought too when it was brought up.
I was like,
thought-
yeah, Will
I was
Smith.
like, is that the Will Smith movie? And no, it's the Steven Spielberg, Macaulay Culkin knockoff as a robot.
Haley Joel
Yes, yeah, that.
Osment.
From 2001, a good year.
A very
Nothing
good year.
happened in that year.
No.
No, everything went off swimmingly. It was birthed for 9 months. It went through the gestation period.
Yeah.
Nothing happened.
Nothing happened.
Controlled demolition by
Yeah.
AI.
What people don't know, it was actually a bunch of very tiny jihadist battle bots. Actually,
Battle bots.
yeah, if you remember battle bots, some of them turned to the dark side.
Is this pre-Transformers?
Radical Islam.
Do these battle bots also have beards?
Of course.
Bearded battle bots.
Bearded battle bot.
Bearded battle bots, they're angry about Israel, and they're like, damn, those are some nice towers you got there.
Be ashamed.
Be ashamed. We conspired with George W. Bush to
Melt steel beams.
Yeah,
I don't know how it goes anymore. Though I am enjoying observing like the little children. And by that I mean
please,
like full grown adults.
please
like,
don't end that sentence. Please don't.
The 21-year-olds who can say with authority, oh, did that happen in the 1900s? Like, it's really fun to talk to a really young person who was born in 2001 because it's fun to see what their idea of it all is.
Uh-oh, the aliens are back.
The aliens are back.
Aliens.
They're milder, though. They're tolerable aliens.
We came up with a good bit.
That's all we'll tell you.
Jihadist battle bots.
Yeah, where you think 9/11 was definitely done by battle bots.
Are they
Bats.
pre-Transformers?
No. BattleBots are like 90s, I feel like.
Yeah, and also BattleBots was like actual robots, and
That's what we're talking about, Marlo. We're talking about actual robots who turned to the dark side and became radical Islamists.
yeah, they don't even exist on the same. That's like asking if basketball was pre-Transformers.
Well, they're bearded battle bots, and the leader is Osama bin Battlebot.
He's got a beard and like a bunch of knives.
Yeah.
So welcome.
Nothing happened this week of any interest.
I was gonna say
Yeah,
this
whatever.
is our first chit chat after the great. Depending on who you are, you're calling it a coup. That's my favorite.
Coup
They're
d'etat.
Yeah, I'd call it storming.
Yeah, it was at least a storming. They openly were welcoming the narrative that they were storming. So
It was a New Roots run. Because they put their heads down, put their arms back. Naruto, yeah.
Naruto.
And they just ran.
And it worked. Good for them.
We'll count that in the success of storming
No
the
bad
Capitol.
tactics, just bad causes, and they had a bad cause. That's all we need to say about that.
In the different categories of, successful stormings of the Capitol and unsuccessful stormings of the Capitol. First one went off pretty much without a hitch.
There's that time, I think it was the Young Lords entered the Rotunda with guns, like Puerto Rican nationalists. That shit was wild.
that's one. I don't know. This has been a bad week for me in terms of discovering how many people I know personally who are like, not in the hallowed halls. These people are bad. They had bad intention, though misguided, ill-planned out goals. But like acting like it's like a magical, mystical, like holy place, the Capitol, and oh my God, how could they do this here in this country? It's very fun to see things happen and the maudlin response of people watching it happen. Not here, this isn't us. So who is it then? Who are these people?
Enemies in Zelda?
Yeah. I don't know. My favorite part was definitely all the people who died.
Yeah, no, that was great. I have like their,
Because some of them
I hope they have
definitely-
families who are like
that are
traumatized.
in pain.
Yeah, no, I hope they like develop at least a low level eating disorder from this.
Look, if you didn't believe in any kind of metaphysical entities, I'd say this would be a fun time to just play with the idea that something's out there being like, here's some jokes in there for you. Because some of these people died in poetic justice.
Oh yeah. All right.
Hilarious ways.
Let's go down. The funniest is the person with the "Don't Tread on Me" flag that got trampled by the mob.
Oh,
Well,
God.
I mean, I feel like we have to at least mention
That's
someone
the-
tased themselves in the balls trying to
Well,
steal
of course that. Okay,
Tip
I'd
O'Neill.
argue that one's the funniest because balls are involved.
Yeah, like yours is
the-
like ironic
the
to be sure.
The tread on me is like a.
Wait, I didn't hear this
Perfect.
balls one.
Oh my
Yeah.
God!
He
Steve,
may not have actually tased himself in the balls. He did tase himself to death. The
Yeah.
balls thing might just be a joke we've all been repeating, and no one.
But it does seem that
on
it was an accident, and the taser was in his pocket. So I
Yeah.
mean, like, come on,
The
there's the balls.
football player years back. Yeah, whatever. He like shot himself because he had a gun in his pants.
Well, it is one of the most
Yeah,
frequented-
oh God, because he wore sweatpants.
Yeah,
He had a
he
gun
wore
in the
sweatpants, but simultaneously
rules.
wanted a gun in his fucking weak ass
Waist.
plastic waist.
Yeah. Oh God.
And the
Oh, God, I
gun
can't
slipped,
remember.
and then he
It
grabbed
was
for
a
the gun,
New
and then
York
he
Giant,
shot
right?
himself close to the balls, not exactly in the balls.
I mean, you guys are making a bigger
Plaxico
deal about
Burress.
this than it is. It's
Yeah.
one of the most frequent places to shoot yourself.
Right? Yeah. No. Apparently, that's just a thing.
It's just a thing.
Yeah, but I mean, look.
Statistics has a sense of humor like that.
I say to the victors go the spoils, and the spoils being we control the narrative, and the victors being we're alive still. So I say tased himself in the balls and died of tased ball
While trying to
injuries.
steal a painting of Tip O'Neill.
That's right. While trying to steal a painting of Tip O'Neill.
Just the Nancy Pelosi of the 80s.
Yeah.
Except kind of more conservative.
I'm also enjoying the people who thought they got away, who like managed to get a flight back home wherever they came from.
Oh, they did get away. They were
You know,
just
that guy who
fugitives.
stole the guy who stole the podium, they tracked him down in Florida.
He was trying to sell it on eBay.
He was exactly. I was like, this guy was revealed himself. I don't know. Were there any other funny? I mean, the cop died,
Which is always just funny.
hilarious.
The woman that got shot through the door.
Oh yes, the main woman.
Yeah.
The first one
Who
that's out.
she was one of these like record a screechy video in the car people who was kind of QAnon-ish. It was a bummer though. I did read one account where like her in-laws were like, why would she do this? I don't understand. Like she had obviously not necessarily shared this in all of her familial spaces. This was definitely like her little hobby to a degree.
Everyone's got a good hobby they hide from their parents.
Everyone's got a good hobby. She was in the Air Force, which people keep mentioning, which I don't know.
You have no opinion on that.
I don't know. Aren't the Air Force supposed to be the smart ones?
I think according to the Army, they're the gayest branch.
I thought the Navy was the
Yeah,
gay
the
one.
Navy is like kind of by default. I
Yeah,
think-
because you got the in the Navy.
yeah. I mean, like the Navy is clearly gay, but
Air Force is very connected to the Navy because you gotta generally take those planes off of ships.
Well, everything I know about the Air Force comes exclusively from Top Gun.
I was gonna say Air Force is Tom Cruise.
Were they even in the Air Force? I don't know. But
yeah, no, they could be
that's-
Navy pilots for all I know. I have no
yeah,
idea.
I don't fucking know.
You stand in
I
difference,
don't know.
what it
All I
means.
know is this woman came from San Diego, California to DC and was part of a group that was kind of in front storming the Capitol. And I did, because I'm a creep, I watched several angles.
I watched
of
it as
her.
well.
She's definitely looking like she's trying to push herself through the window of the door where kind of inner chamber where there are literal like crouching down representatives behind this door.
Again, like they should have taken hostages.
Parody.
These are bad guy tips, so I don't mean them.
Unless
but
you're
if-
doing this for a good reason.
Yeah, unless
Because
you're
tactics are just
Look.
tactics.
That's my whole thing is how can we use evility for good? But I'm saying if I wanted to be evil, disruptive, if it, like all these things these people said
you know,
they wanted to do,
Actually cared
I
about the
would-
stuff I believe in.
I would have thought at least maybe secretly, because they were obviously already posting about this plan previous to the 6th. They made merch. It was the whole thing. You would think some of them would perhaps have some semblance of, okay, we're going to capture this. We're going to take this person hostage. We're going to,
Yeah, no, that would be stupid.
I don't know what they...
Yeah, no, you should
thought
have
they were
worked all
gonna
this
do-
out ahead of time.
Yeah, I don't know what they thought they were going to do in that situation, but if I was a batshit crazy person who thought I was literally saving the lives of like mole children trapped under DC, I don't know. I would have had. I would.
I would also work that.
I'm going to take this statue. The only things I saw they destroyed were like they ripped up Nancy Pelosi's like sign. They like trashed offices and stuff. They tore down this display that was just like featuring works written by American women. Like it was just
Dudes
like
rock.
Yeah, dudes
yeah,
rocking.
man. It was like heavy dudes rock. It was like some things some frat guys had planned while drunk. And then like they got in there and they were like, wait a second.
Okay, so
We're
I
getting
cannot stress
sober.
this enough. What I would have done differently is had better control over what happens if someone takes a picture of my face.
They weren't even trying to hide their faces.
Seriously.
The horn guy and these other online dipshits went there in their very identifiable, like branded garb, essentially.
I mean, I'll give Horn Guy, he at least obfuscated his face.
he's arrested now.
Yeah, I mean, not very well, but like he, had the right idea.
After this happened, I was researching extensive research. I watched White House Down, and then I watched Olympus Has Fallen. All
the two things I thought were the same movie.
I think there's a third one.
Well, there's a couple Olympus Has Fallen sequels, but they both came out in 2013.
Right, yeah, I remember.
Right after Obama won his second term, and they both featured black president. Well, I mean, Aaron Eckhart is the president in Olympus Has Fallen, but like Morgan Freeman takes over for him because he's the secretary. He's the House Majority Leader who takes over. But two completely separate movies, very different. One was an inside job by the White House, I guess, Secret Service, and White House Down is the inside job by the Secret Service guy who works out how to take down the government and capture the president. And then Olympus Has Fallen is the North Koreans storming the White House and taking over after they go down into the bunker with Aaron Eckhart. And then they have to negotiate after that with Morgan Freeman.
My question, though, is was it sort of like how Observe and Report and Paul Blart Mall Cop came out in the same year and no one realized that Observe and Report is actually a good movie? Like, was one of them good?
Olympus Has Fallen is a much better movie, in my opinion.
I'm assuming that's not the Emmerich one, or is that the Emmerich?
Yeah, the Emmerich one is the White House Down.
Okay.
And it is very cartoonish. Jamie Foxx is an Obama-like president who...
They made him wear fake ears.
Fake ears. Also, like, he has like a rocket launcher that
I have no idea if you're kidding about that.
Fake ears or the rocket launcher?
Fake ears.
Yeah, I am joking about that.
No, I mean, I would have believed it.
I am.
Yeah, like, it's cartoonish. It's not a good movie. There's a little girl that ends up being like, and she's like a YouTuber that captures the whole coup on her YouTube channel. And it was like 2013, and they're like, what's YouTube? The one thing I will say is you got to take hostages. That's the one thing.
Without the people inside the building, the Capitol is just a building.
The other two about the storming after this extensive research, either be in correspondence with former governments that you want help taking over. They could have let governments know that they were going to do this and that they were going to potentially take over. And here's a ripe opportunity to keep Donald J. Trump as president.
Russia get in there.
Yes, Russia, but, probably someone more like, I don't know, Erdogan, our homie. He'd prefer, or Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia could have gotten in there. They don't want Biden as president.
That's the thing is, like, it's not as if there is a clear choice if these were serious, whatever. These people all thought all they had to do was get into the Capitol building, and I think thought they were going to literally stop Mike Pence from doing whatever magic they think happens that certifies the vote. Then Donald would tell them what to do.
Okay, you know where that could have worked, and that's the third thing that they could have done. They could have just brought Donald Trump to the Capitol. Just bring him. He could have waltzed in there and been like, okay, I guess they went out for lunch. They're not done certifying these people here who are in the Capitol saying the president. I'm going to go with those people. So I guess I'm still going to be president after January 20th and just form a new government. Could have formed a new government.
Yeah, no, like literally brought him there, which, I mean, I feel like that's several Roman emperors. Were just literally carried by their soldiers and like plopped on the fucking chair and it's like your emperor now.
Yeah, pretty much.
That was the most likely situation. And I heard that after the rally, he was en route in his motorcade to go to the Capitol to see how the rally was going or the storming was going. And he never showed up, or maybe he did go and then he left. But like, if he'd stuck around and they were like, Mr. President, come in, you can just run this place. Why not? That would have been a successful coup. It'd be a self coup.
It would be a self-co.
Which is what we were hoping for.
Yeah, that's the end goal of this.
That's the end goal of this podcast, really.
That's the end goal of this podcast is a self coup.
By Donald Trump.
Now I'm switching gears. I got to get Biden to self.
Yeah, Biden self coup. Biden goes commie, and then he becomes our Joseph Stalin.
Speaking of President-elect Biden, his fucking speech in the midst of all this, where he described the certifying of the Electoral College as a sacred ritual to be done with majesty. He sounded so upset of the little, the little thing got messed up. Like, that's sad. Look, I give it to you. Won the election, Joe Biden. It's your thing to be certified. Okay, but the only people who give a shit about that are incredible dorks who are in the DC bubble.
Well, they have to. They have to believe in this bullshit. It's like a religion, and he did frame it in religious terms in that speech.
Yes. To me, it was one of many things that irritated me as this was going down, because why describe some governmental procedure as a sacred ritual when half of the crazy people who storm the Capitol are QAnon people who think you're literally partaking in blood rituals? Like, there's a secret lever in the Capitol building itself where there's just a bunch of babies that, get chopped up or whatever the fuck. This is a thing that these people literally believe. Now I know why, because he's not aware of anything.
Well, I think he's a true believer. I mean, or someone on his staff that wrote it is a true believer, or is pretending and thinks other people are true believers and they're writing to that audience, which are all their friends in DC. But the belief that democracy is natural, as natural as religion, and religion informs his sacred right to the presidency, then the certification of him being president then makes it a sacred right.
He's a long-time politician. All of these things are so meaningful to him and to the people that he hangs out with and whatever. I feel as though, because I grew up in Maryland, it's like I'm just kind of on the edges of that weird political bubble where, and certainly in my adult life, doing stand-up comedy in Washington, D.C. is fucking annoying as shit. Because half the time the crowds that you're playing to are at least half super uptight white liberals who are only there because somebody told them it was a cool thing to do.
Wasn't that a Lewis Black thing?
Yeah, he's from Silver Spring.
Yeah, and he got invited during the Bush years to talk at a presidential thing, and it ended up being Cheney, and he had to censor his whole act so he didn't say any naughty words, and it came down to 30 seconds, or that was the joke, and he had to go into each and every one of their asses, pull out their shit, smell it, and then tell them it didn't stink.
DC is definitely where I got the most people seeing a very small bit of my act and being do you do corporate stuff? Where they're not really tuned into what my act was about. They just think I would appeal to the correct demographic for the corporate shows they're trying to do cute events for. And I'm I don't know if you want me to come to a corporate event and do my 10 minutes of Nazi
Honestly,
jokes.
I can.
But I will.
See,
pay me $700.
I can see you doing 10 minutes in front of defense contractors.
There's nothing I'd like more than to not realize until I was there. That's who I was playing to.
Or the wheat lobbying, or plastic lobbying.
Well, yeah, that's the thing is when you're a fucking nobody but decent comedian like myself, and you meet a lot of other people who are older who are also decent, but nobody comedians. So there's all these like ways to like, you know, kind of make a living, but they're all super fucking unappealing if we're being honest. Corporate shows, cruise ships, like parties in general, like it's kind of a terrible, you know, even club road work itself is not great. Here's a fun part relating to the coup. There's a comic from New York who I've previously mentioned on this podcast because I hate her. And she's gone full, like, insane Q, totally playing to the QAnon people.
Respect.
She went to the Capitol on the 6th. So, and then she tried to, like, play it off after, like, I was just reporting. And yeah, that's another path. Let's face it, her name's Chrissy Mayer, and she does have more credits than me because she plays to like the alt-right kind of niche of she's always the girl. Yeah, she's probably gotten more spots than me playing to the worst people. But it was very fun because she got thoroughly dragged because she was just like posting on my way down to the Capitol.
And again, these people really need to stop running from your successes. Like, we didn't apologize for burning the fucking precinct that one time.
They're not even clear on it because, as we've seen in the reaction, it's half disavowing it, pretending it's fake Antifa in disguise, or disavowing it and being like, oh, well, I thought we agreed, but I draw the line at, you know, the disgracing the hallowed halls and any violence or whatever, you know? And then I think you do have a minority of these people who
round two, like, baby. Let's go.
I mean,
yeah,
do it, please. Like, go ahead.
I heard it was next weekend, right? The 17th?
I mean, I guess they come back for the inauguration, even though they're not doing it.
I heard they were brewing about...
Look, I'm just
saying, okay. If you manage to, I don't know, like, get inside the Oval Office on January 20th and get to the inauguration and Trump stays president. I went to law school. That's a fact. That is true. If you physically walk inside the Oval Office, that's all you need to do. You need to physically walk inside the Oval Office on January 20th. Trump stays president. That's in the Constitution. Just do it. It's like in the Constitution. Mm-hmm. They have to. It's
like an offsides kind of thing. As long as like a toe is in there before midnight. We're good. It got me thinking, though, guys. If I wanted to do my own coup, what would I do differently?
Biden is giving the oath. What you have to do is whisper "Homo says what" in his ear as he's giving the oath. Naturally, then say
binding.
What. At which point he will have interrupted the oath, and therefore he wouldn't be able to like be president.
Yeah, that's what people don't know about the founding fathers is that all of the pomp and circumstance that we have is full of like weird little tricksy parts. So if you just admit one word, the whole thing goes out of order. The elites want to keep this pretty like secretive, but it's true. As Marlo mentioned, if you get a toe inside the Oval Office.
No, what you have to do is breach the security outside the White House. You already did the Capitol. I'm sure it'll be a breeze. And just like walk inside the Oval Office and Trump stays president.
Yeah, that's number one. Number two is interrupting Joe Biden's oath. And he's a stutterer, guys. So like how hard is he?
So he says Jack.
It's made infinitely easier, I think, is what you're trying to say. You didn't have to confuse him with a shiny object.
Or just the Homo says thing.
At the very least, hold up a sign for Rehoboth Beach and try to get him to think about his beautiful mansion along the beach, which I'm going to drive by.
My sister and I were talking about, like, are they renting out?
My parents' property is probably going to go up. My parents have 2 properties in Rehoboth, and I think it's going to go up because so does Joe Biden, and you know how they thirst for him, the masses.
And my parents have property in San Diego, which is also known as Rehoboth Beach North.
It is not. You have to take a ferry.
You have to take a ferry. Speaking of fairies,
Wait, like Fenwick?
I just want to go to Dewey Beach, people. I want to
Heard
go.
it here first.
Want to get
folks.
some snow crabs, blue Maryland crabs.
Hell yeah, I haven't gotten fucking crabs in forever.
Well,
I did
I
over the
just
summer.
want to go to a place. We're outside, and then we're just cracking crabs. It's a very inefficient way to get not that much
Guys,
food.
And you can also use it
Uh.
as a status symbol, your ability to do it.
guys, okay, this is how we can do our podcast in person. We can all road trip together with our significant others
Crabs.
down to Marlo's place and meet at my parents' condos and do the podcast with the beach in the background. Yeah, why
I'm
not?
down. I've gotten very into the beach
Oh,
over
yeah.
the course of this
Yeah.
year, having not
I
been
went
to the
every
beach at all.
weekend. It was sweet.
I'm very into the idea of the beach. I'm also very into coziness in a way that is embarrassing now. There's nothing I want to do more than to start a
I've been
fire on the
spending
beach.
many an evening by the fireplace with my parents' house.
Yeah, man, fucking fires rule. Oh.
Also listening to my mom's Twitter table.
So Trump's banned
Yeah.
on everything.
That's
Yeah.
really who Hitler is. The Twitter taking off. Our sweaty boy who tweeted his way to the presidency.
Yeah, I mean, really, why not
what
4
I
years
loved
ago?
is-
Like,
But what was funny to me is it wasn't just your main characters, social media who banned him. Fucking Pinterest banned him. Shopify banned him. Spotify banned him. He can't listen to a playlist.
He can't listen to us.
we can't hear
Yeah.
what his playlist of the year was.
God, that's so funny to think about. The things that people are so thirsty to hear from Barack Obama. Like to imagine Trump in a year.
Oh, no.
Like
Wait,
writing an essay like, these are the movies
yeah, I was
I
actually
like.
just wondering, has Goodreads banned Trump? We know this.
Oh, we should call
Yeah,
that
no, we should
on Twitter.
pressure Goodreads to ban.
Yeah, Goodreads, Pornhub. Is he banned yet?
Well, I think I did see a parody one where it just had like Pornhub, Grindr.
Nice. Who else got banned though?
Red Scare.
Red Scare got banned.
Good riddance.
Too bad, so sad. No, but some more conservatives also got banned, I believe. Though Rush Limbaugh said he got banned, but I think Rush Limbaugh just deleted. Is the rumor? Is that he was trying to
Rush
like steal
Limbaugh
valor.
got banned from life by cancer.
Yeah, how is he still alive? Cancer, do it. Come on, hurry it up.
Yo, pick up your pants, Cancer. Get your life
Yeah.
together.
Rush Limbaugh got banned from
Get your
Sing the
life
Year
together.
2022.
All of the women in Trump's cabinet all resigned, which I just this stupid shit of resigning.
Yeah, no,
right
I
now, like,
do want to just throw in the
it's like I said,
impeachment thing is the dumbest fucking thing.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Well, no, but it's like what I said. People, I think, really do think it's like the National Treasure movies. Like it's a complex series of clues that's like hidden in these procedurals. If you just pull one thread out.
Oh my
Everything,
God, he's offended our
everything goes-
democracy.
At least we'll have the satisfaction of actually removing him, like on paper, technically, because he did a bad thing.
You're not
Like,
getting
for
him
what?
removed from
Who
office.
cares?
Is the justification that if he gets impeached, then he can't run in 4 years? Also, he wouldn't.
Thing?
It wouldn't stop him.
I don't know. There's like no law about impeachment. It's like one fucking line and no one knows what it is.
I just don't like all of the.
I
All
guess
of
it'll
your,
deny him a presidential
favorite
library,
libs.
maybe? I don't know.
I thought the 25th Amendment was even dumber than the impeachment.
Yeah,
Or-
that would require his cabinet, which, if this all
Or is it smarter? I don't
a year
know.
ago, maybe. Like all these people who are rats on a sinking ship right now, I don't know, maybe you could have worked something out with that.
I do like
doubt
the
it.
25th Amendment is ableist because
Oh, yeah,
it's
no,
implying that it's an R word.
It doesn't use the R word,
Wait.
but
No, but people are making it out to be like, well, he's dirt, so let's get him out.
I don't know anymore whether people are being serious
it's
or they're
pretty
just
good.
doing like
I'll
a
give it to
Tumblr fucking. So
President
there was
suddenly
another.
falls into a coma. You should be able to exercise the duties of president. Like, if you don't allow that to happen, you just take people notice.
The other part I'm liking is a lot of people just seem to move on from calls for impeachment and the 25th Amendment to focus on the lesser demons here. You're Ted Cruz, right? They're like, you supported this fucking insurrection. And so today, earlier, lots of people calling for the 14th Amendment to be
These
invoked.
people just jerk off
saying-
over like doing homework.
Yeah, man, the 14th Amendment, no person shall be a senator or representative, blah, 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 hold any office that's taken part in any insurrection or rebellion against the Constitution or given aid or
Like, how
comfort to
many of these
entities thereof.
people took those merit badges that Marlo fucking hates to get the Eagle Scout and thinks that they're fucking God Almighty over here?
The lamest fucking merit badge.
But you know what it is? It's because too many nerds like this have written
I
movies
think
and
it's
TV
more than
shows.
that. I think it's.
It is more than that, obviously, but I'm saying there's
Yeah,
definitely a
it's
precedent.
I mean,
for
it's
this
super
narrative
Sorkin
where
brain.
It's very cozy.
Bro.
Yeah, it's very cozy narrative. This idea that the clever nerd, through careful poring through the book, finds the loophole that solves the problem
there's
or
no
whatever.
rule that says a dog can't play
super
basketball.
attractive. Yeah, it's exactly.
Air
Which
President.
I do support it in that context.
So,
Yeah, Air President.
Air Bud is one of the greatest movies
President
of all time.
Dog.
President Bug.
Yeah, so like this is a cherished and dare I say, maybe specifically American kind of narrative. It's almost this other side of the more machismo kind of rugged American. You know, it's both examples of exceptionalism. And the way to be exceptional, if you're not physically blessed, is to be a huge fucking nerd and find a secret thing in a document. And then you run in with the paper and you say, stop the hearing. And you save the day with your fucking nerdiness.
Physical and mental prowess, which you do. You
Like all of us
walk
here.
into the Oval Office on January 4th,
And you
preventing
put
Joe
one
Biden
toe-
from being president.
I don't know what I would prefer. If I would prefer for his sycophant group, you know, roving gangs to join him in the White House and they just defend him to the death, or if I'd like to see him dragged out by Secret Service in an embarrassing humiliation.
I've got a third option. It's half of the first one. His sycophants and his rebel yells come to him and they're around him. But then it creates this situation where Donald Trump literally physically has to be around the people who support him the most. And in that scenario, he's definitely going to act in a way that's going to get him killed, is how I see it. He thinks people are gross. Not even like, oh, he thinks he's class. Like, he definitely would tell you he's classier. But it's almost like he doesn't seem to want to be around anybody ever. Yeah, I think he'd just unravel and he'd say the wrong thing to the wrong redneck, and then they'd put it on TV.
So wait, where did we land on is 25th Amendment or impeachment in the last week? Which one?
For 25th Amendment, you would...
I've heard both.
I've heard both, yeah.
But I don't know which one I would prefer, ironically or unironically.
I mean, 25th Amendment, because we would be implicitly calling him an R, and that's fine. But let's face it, it's a little ableist, and that's the funny part. That's my hot.
Yeah, he's too much of a potato face. He said mean things that made people that disagree with him think he's an evil person, and for them, evil listen to us, Rick, is a form of irrationality, and irrationality leads to insanity, and insanity is a form of mental retardation, and he should be removed for being Rain Man. Is that a fair assessment?
You know what? I think it's pretty fair, and I think it's somewhat related to something we've talked about in the past, especially me, which is the new age people who want to put a like real positive spin on everything to the detriment of actual like solving a problem. They think they can just look at the thing they want hard enough and like make it come to fruition. Well, it's idealism, but it's also like they think it's a comeuppance.
What do you mean comeuppance?
When it's like they think they're getting some kind of satisfaction, you know, but it's all like an illusory kind of, because even materially, the people who want to file for impeachment or invoke the 25th Amendment, they keep saying on the news, oh, he's going to be in there for 10 more days.
Yeah,
he could do anything.
You guys can't even impeach him in that time.
No, he can't. He can't do anything. It's very good and bad and like evil and good.
Wasn't one of the things that Nancy Pelosi was going to take him, like the nuclear codes away from him?
Like he even remembers where he put those.
It's one of his McDonald's.
Yeah, I mean that's the
bags
thing. To me, I feel like that's just something somebody said because it's something a regular person would worry about. Oh my God, he's got the nuclear codes.
I don't know, Nancy Pelosi's house in California.
Yeah, it just an unwillingness to accept the bullshit. Like we're still gonna pull this off. Shake our finger at Donald Trump and tell him he's a very bad man. I just can't possibly relate to the people who think this is like a crucial thing. I get that people are just repeating what somebody else who they think is smart and important has said. Also, they're just saying this so they don't have to actually.
Yeah, no, that's the other thing
Donald
is,
Trump.
Honestly, if you want to put your fucking money where your mouth is, file actual criminal charges against him. But you just
put him in jail.
The Democrats literally like wanted to back up what they've been saying for the past 4 years about Donald Trump. He should go to jail. That's what they've said. He's a traitor. Okay, do something about it. But yeah, impeaching him for 10 fucking days left in office is the dumbest goddamn thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, but you know some of those nerds are just like, it'll be so awesome because he'll be impeached 2 times. Like this footnote in a history book.
Yeah, and also
like satisfying thing.
I mean, at this point, like, I assume the Republicans will just baselessly impeach Joe Biden at some point. Just why not? Like, apparently that's a thing you can just do now.
They're going to wait till it's President Harris.
Yeah,
and they're
sure, why not?
gonna impeach her. Yeah, that's right. I said Joe's going to die.
But you know he won't because they'll just pump him full of like whatever magic juice they got to keep old people alive these days.
Yeah, whatever.
The
majestic,
adrenochrome,
sacred
which you can
I'm-
stop the harvesting of by stepping into the Oval Office on January 20th.
Well, they're going to start ushering in little children one by one, like 5-year-olds or 6-year-olds, because that's how you stay alive forever, is fucking little boys in the closet of the West Wing.
It's like that episode of South Park.
Really, guys?
The one where they had that cult that was like a parody of Scientology where it believed that fucking children made you immortal. That episode of South Park.
Oh, man. You know, when are we going to see our first Scientologist?
Almost had it with
the California lady.
I thought you were going to
That's
say Mitt
actually
Romney
pretty good.
because I too
No, I
conflate
was going to say
Mormons with
Tulsi Gabbard, but
Scientologists.
then I forgot her name.
But she's not a Scientologist.
Yeah, but, you know, I was really saying I disrespect her religion.
Yeah, and she looks like she would audition to be Tom Cruise's next wife.
Oh, yeah.
That's a thing that
Yeah.
has occurred. Tom Cruise bad, guys. I don't know if you knew that. It's not good. Do we have anything else for our dearly departed president? What was your favorite thing he ever tweeted, you guys? I like the time that he told Robert Pattinson to break up with Kristen Stewart. And he was like, "Mark my words, I'm right." Like,
The one about the haters and losers.
It's funny to me because
I think is the perennial.
that's a good one.
I like the Coke one. Coke is
The Coke one is
well, my
second
favorite
for
tweet
sure.
by a Trump would be Eric's tweet to Chris Cuomo after the Fredo comment, where Eric Trump tweeted at Chris Cuomo. He's like, "Yeah, Fredo isn't a racist thing against Italians. It just means you're the shittier brother. Trust me, I know." It wasn't phrased exactly like that, but like it was legitimately incredibly funny and self-deprecating, and the most any Trump has been humanized in my eyes. Where I was like, oh, I didn't know those people knew how to deprecate themselves. Yeah, like
they
I
just
just
stumble
because that's the
into that.
thing. Like everyone says about Donald Trump. And like, cast members when he was on SNL, blah, blah, blah. It's always just, he cannot make fun of himself at all. Like, it just pathologically, and it's actually kind of weird because most people can like poke fun of themselves to, seem more relatable to people. That's a thing.
That's another fun fact is a lot of people were bringing up his appearance in Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. Well, turns out that anytime a film, at least during the 90s, early 2000s, if they filmed in a Trump property, he demanded they let him make a cameo.
that's
in the
legit.
movie.
What's wrong with that? I mean, that's just good branding.
Yeah, I mean,
That is so
I don't
funny
know.
to me.
I
Like
vaguely find that relatable.
Like if he was like not a douchebag who was just like a guy who owned buildings.
that's
who was
the
like,
other
this would
thing
be a bit of fun.
is
I'll say a
before
line in a
Trump
movie.
just leaned
Yeah.
in during the Obama years, everyone loved him.
I remember having a very clear wait, is Donald Trump a Democrat or a Republican wandering in my teen years, right? Because he's a well-known rich guy. But then he had, been in some Democratic fundraisers or whatever, right?
Everyone watched the first season of The Apprentice.
He made an appearance on an early Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, which I was rewatching. And Carlton loses his mind. He loves it so much. It's when Trump was married to Marla Maples. Yeah, like it was funny to see this early to mid 90s appearance of his is that he didn't seem as toad-like.
To be clear, this was also the time where he was calling people as his fake agent about how much women liked fucking him
as John Barron.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so that was like also happening during this time. So,
all right, what's your favorite Twitter feud he's had? Because mine is Mike Bloomberg. It was a classic battle of the Titans. Mini Mike started on Twitter, and then he just started erecting giant billboards outside of places he knew that Mike Bloomberg would go.
Yeah, no,
and
it
then
totally won that beef because Mike Bloomberg is an even more weird human being than Donald Trump.
Yeah, lizard person.
Like Mike Bloomberg,
multiple parentheses.
but no, Mike Bloomberg is just Donald. Well, we should call you Dumb Donald, and like meanwhile, Donald Trump just fucking skywrites Mike Bloomberg has a small dick over Mike Bloomberg's house. Like, yeah.
It's great. Then Mike Bloomberg counter with his own.
Yeah, nobody's.
I do better than you on the golf course.
Yeah.
I think he had.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
No, it was
that's
Donald
super
Trump
relatable,
cheats at
dude.
golf.
That's incredibly. Congratulations, man. I completely relate to that burn that you have. Your weird fucking. You might as well just say like Donald Trump wears the wrong colored tie when we sacrifice children to Moloch.
His other favorite feud was attacking Rosie.
Oh yeah, that one.
Really.
That's
Classic.
Yeah.
Those were the good
That's
old
just silly.
days. Those were the
But
good
to
old
go
days.
back to Ted Cruz, him accusing his father of killing JFK.
Yeah, that actually is pretty good.
That is
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
top-notch shit post
It's
right
like,
there. Just goddamn you! Like it's a work of art.
You really did miss.
Your dad killed JFK and your wife's ugly.
He did really
just
miss a big
completely,
opportunity when he got disinvited to HW's funeral. He
should have
should
streamed
live streamed a long, drawn out explanation as to why George Bush Sr. was potentially responsible for JFK's assassination. You've already got a brand, and with George Bush Sr., I mean, other people have spoken about this in much more knowledgeable places, but I cannot remember where he was the day JFK was shot, which if you talk to anyone who was between the age of 5 and 80 that day, they know exactly where they were.
My mom remembers.
Yeah, my mom remembers. And also, we do have proof he was in Dallas. And he was working for the CIA at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's...
My mom doesn't remember. She wasn't
That's
born
not
yet.
on brand for Donald Trump. I don't think that would work for Donald Trump because it's too plausible. It's not outlandish enough because the more realistic it is, the less outlandish the accusation is.
Actually plausibly works both with George Bush Sr. and Ted Cruz's father at the same time, because the reason HW is possibly implicated is he was in the CIA specifically working with ex-Cubans who tried to do the Bay of Pigs thing. Mm-hmm. And the thought is essentially that it was this vengeance by the CIA for the Bay of Pigs failure, and whose dad is a big ex-Cuban anti-communist activist.
Yeah. I mean, HW is like the most evil person in the world.
Yeah. How dare he? I'll never forgive him for what he did to my poor Mikey Dukakis.
And also all the bodies.
Yeah, all that stuff. But I just have a personal beef as a Greek American.
Also, he was pretty responsible for Iran-Contra.
That is true. Also, he did a bunch of bad CIA
Talk
stuff.
about coups, baby.
You know who else sucked? Barbara Bush. Fuck her. I remember after Hurricane Katrina, she made a really
she basically had to let them be
statement. Oh my God. It was like, she basically said that the people who were in the Superdome, didn't have it that great anyway.
Yeah, no, that was
couldn't tell.
Top-notch
difference.
Yeah, no,
and I just, God, if I ever can get a superpower, it'll be the superpower to kick down rich people's doors and disabuse them.
No lie, if you
misconceptions.
Kill H.W. Bush back in the 40s. I don't know when the fuck that dude was in college or whatever. We would have communist America today.
Ooh, wait, I think I like this. I think this is, we should make this a canonical statement, maybe. I'm attracted to this. You heard it here, folks. If you have access to a time machine.
No, everyone who bitches about Reaganomics is the ghost that's haunting us today and why we live in this austerity hellhole. Get rid of George H.W. Bush. You would never have Ronald Reagan. That man is basically responsible for everything. Just quietly the mastermind.
Yeah. I like this idea. Also, I really despise that he was a New England preppy who got to manufacture this country, this Texas thing that
H.W. Bush was 100%. I mean, he was in Dallas the day JFK was shot. So what's more Texan than that?
He didn't move to Texas till after he graduated from Yale, and it was to establish an oil company. It wasn't but I don't know, man.
Future oil barons are really hurting right now. So
yep,
I heard that the pandemic has hit the future oil barons real hard in the wallet. Mm-hmm. Comrade COVID. Mm. So we're going to start, I guess it's a new mini series or whatever. We talk about movies here, but we're a communist podcast and maybe we should read some communism. And there's some short essays out there that really are applicable for today and the political moment. And I brought it to the group and we voted. And the first one we're going to do is Reform or Revolution by Rosa Luxemburg.
And then we are going to just blasphemously try and apply that to force the vote, because why not? We're hacks. It's what we do.
Yeah. It's going to be our zeitgeisty commentary.
Yeah.
And then I think after that, maybe if we feel like it, depending on how that goes, What Is to Be Done
Sure.
by Lenin. I've now read or listened to an audiobook of What Is to Be Done, and they cover the same material. They're both responses to Bernstein, which we'll get into a lot. Bernstein.
Bernstein.
His
with
fucking
his
idea.
fucking
It's
ideas about
Bernstein.
incrementalism.
I was trying to do a young Frankenstein.
That makes it nice.
And so, yeah, I think
Man.
this is going to be good going into the Biden administration to kind of lay down how we're going to approach critiquing them.
Yeah.
Because I think this is going to come up over and over, the question of should we reform, or how much should a strong left working class support reform, and to what goals should those reforms lead to? What framework should a left liberal administration be approached by a far left or, a leftist podcast or perspective or working class party that we all dream of having someday? What are the risks of that? What are the decisions that should be made, even though we're nobodies that don't have any political sway? But we're good at posting, and
What is to be done?
Yeah, what's to be
Reform
done?
or revolution?
2.0.
the one thing I will say about these two essays is that they just read like long shit posts. They're absolutely long Facebook posts by that aunt or uncle who just has these wacky ideas.
It's a fun question. If you essentially put it in your own words, but you essentially just were shit posting based on the essay,
Yeah, right?
would anyone be able to tell? I don't know. I think, yeah. So that'll be next week.
That'll be our episode for Biden coming in, right?
Oh,
That's
just before he comes in.
Well, no, it will be recorded before,
Oh, yeah, it'll be.
but released afterwards.
Again, depending on the events of January 20th. There's still hope, guys. Come on, do
If
it.
someone's toe could get in there,
If someone's toe could get in
some
there.
referee could be standing there.
What you need to do is you need to approach Biden while reaching into your coat. That's all you need to do. And if he sees you, he's no longer gets to be president. But make sure you walk very quickly, run towards him while reaching into your coat. That's what
to
you
get
need.
your wallet.
Yeah,
to get
your wallet, to let them know that you're a U.S. citizen who is declaring Biden not president.
You know what would be funny is if this goes in a Luxembourg direction, but for the right, where they just, or a Trotskyist direction, where they just declare permanent revolution and stake out in front of the White House in this permanent siege.
Not exactly what that word means, but
Tent
yes.
City.
What permanent revolution?
Yeah.
I know I'm being vulgar about it, but if we're taking the coup d'etat to be the beginning of the revolution, and they decide to go for a permanent revolution, then they're going to siege the White House for the next 4 years. And I find that very funny. Of course, I'm being vulgar about it, Marlo, and know what it. We're fucking.
Yeah, we're sluts here.
Easy fucking. Easy skanks who don't
Skeezy
care about your
skanks.
highfalutin talk.
We love it though. Anyway, guys.
Yeah, sure.
Well,
So-
we'll see. We'll see what happens.
We know you could've stayed home, just cried and cussed me. Or your guns go off if it's time to bust me. Or they tanks have time to rust. They got the armies turning bullets into gold. They got the hookers turning tricks into cold. And every time the police kicks in the dough, an angel gas breaks dips in the O. And even if a D-boy flips in my O, it ain't enough to buy shit anymore. Sleep in the doorway, piss on the floor. Look in the sky, wait for missiles to show. It's finna blow, cause they got the TV, we got the truth. They own the judges and we got the proof. We got hella people, they got helicopters. They got the bombs and we got the
guillotine. We got the guillotine, you better run. We got the guillotine. We got the guillotine, you better run. We got the guillotine. We got the guillotine, you better run. We got the guillotine. We got the guillotine, you better run. Talk about it, not show. Be about it, I know. Talk about it, not show. Be about it, I know.
I just spit the dope lines, I don't snort them. Tell the boss to call police to escort them. You don't write out them lies, you just quote them. Get offline, plug into this modem. No, you can't outvote them, the rules are still golden. Only jewels we holding if we guarding our scrotum. If you press the ear to the turf that is stolen, you can hear the sound of limitations exploding. Please, sir, may we have another portion? We're children of the beast that dodge the abortion. Neck placed firm between the floor and the portion. We'll shut your shit down, don't call it extortion. Caution, we're coming for your head. So call the feds and get files to shred. Every textbook read said bring you the bread, but guess what, we got you instead.
We got the guillotine. We got the guillotine.